Hello, hello. Here is some food for you and your guests, and this will get you through until next Tuesday when you'll be back on my schedule. So yeah, let's see. So we've got 2 soups. I made a really big batch of this lentil stew. I think I've made this before, but it has just a ton of veggies: onion, celery, carrot, cabbage, potato, lentils, and parsley, and like a can of tomato sauce. So it's kind of like a tomatoey brothy soup. Yeah, so that's that. There's a ton of it. Oh, and by the way, I had to, so these are your jars, but I was tapping into mine on these, so this is sort of just a note to myself, but it's the ones with the smaller lids anyway. So tapping into my reserves. Luckily I have a ton of jars. The next one is roasted butternut soup, and I used that big butternut you guys had that I brought home last week for this, or this week, I guess. Feels like so long ago already. And I bought one more, so I made a pretty big batch using 2 squash. And also this is quite thick, so you might even find when you heat it up that if you need to add a little bit of water or a splash of milk or something, that would be totally fine, because it might be thick. So yeah, you might even get more out of it than that. For a veggie dish, I wanted to kind of experiment with another one of these quinoa bakes. So this is like a spinach artichoke quinoa bake, and it's cooked in with like a cashew cream, so it will have that sort of creamy essence. And then yeah, artichoke, used 1 whole bag of organic frozen spinach, so it's really loaded with spinach. And other than that, it's pretty simple. Let me know how you like it. I hope it turns out good. I think it will. I followed a recipe, but I also tweaked it because it had beans, and I took out the beans and it didn't have as much spinach, so I added more spinach. So I kind of tweaked it around. But anyway, it looks good, and as long as the quinoa is cooked, which I think it is. I also just did this as like a bonus because I was gonna just do 2 soups, 2 quiche, and 1 veggie, but this is like a really easy, simple dish, so I figured why not throw 1 more green in here. So this is just Italian garlic green beans. So they were gently steamed and then sauteed with olive oil and garlic. And I will say, I think they're slightly crunchy right now so that you can reheat them without totally overcooking them. So they might be slightly undercooked, just so that gives you the capacity to warm them up and maybe even cook them a little, and they'll be good. And then lastly, the 2 quiche. These are organic crust and organic, just the best eggs that I can get. I think they're like the Pete and Jerry's, cage-free, organic, whatever. Anyway, the contents of the quiche, it's dairy-free, but there's shallots, mushroom, arugula, and spinach, and then the egg base with some different flavors in there and stuff. But yeah, they're the same, and hopefully you like them. And then lastly, here's some buckwheat that I grabbed, raw buckwheat, and then I thought I grabbed 3 of these, but I just realized that I grabbed 4. So you got 4 turkey bacons. Anyway, hope you enjoy all of this delicious food. Hope you enjoy your time with your friends who are visiting and with your family and the big crowd you're gonna have over on Thanksgiving. I hope you have a lovely, lovely holiday, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.